I can't hear you.
You hear now?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. I have to figure out. So it seems like my. Hang on, let me try this. Can you hear now?
Yeah.
Okay. I had to figure out which one was the for my headphones and which one was for the microphone. So,
Okay.
all right, yeah,
All right. So
yeah.
here's how I'm thinking we can do it.
Okay,
We can have segments, and so there'd be like a segment where we each find funny lyrics that if you were listening to a song, you didn't notice that they were funny, but if you take them out of context, you're like, what the hell was he saying? You know what I mean?
okay.
We could have a segment like that. We could go find some funny lyrics, but we could make up our own and just lie.
Dude, I would tell you, like, there's the one guy that instantly comes to mind. Have you ever heard of Mickey Avalon?
No, who's that?
Oh, yeah, all right, hang on. Let me see. I think I can share my screen with you.
Where's Jamie when you need him?
You can see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. There's this dude named Mickey Avalon. Yo, Andrew put me onto him. He has this song called My Dick.
Yeah, and then you just say like, who said something and said something super gay, and then you're like, no, this was actually a whatever artist lyric, and it's obviously not, but like, you just, what's it called? Satire.
Yeah. Okay, hang on. I just want you to hear this one.
You know,
Oh man. Alright. But okay. So you said you found lyrics that can be taken out of context or
or you
just
just
like funny lyrics.
or you just make something up. You could just make
Okay.
up like the gayest lyric in the world and say, your favorite like a hard rapper said it, like something awful. You know what I mean?
I don't really know. Like I never really thought about stuff like that before.
Yeah, well, we just got to do stuff. Um,
Okay.
Another segment could be maybe like a celebrity that you have a crush on. You could write a letter. We could each write a letter to our celebrity crush and read our letter on air each episode. That could be a segment.
You have such an interesting view of the world. You like I don't have a celebrity crush at all.
Just come up with the one. Just choose anyone. It's just funny for the video. You just do it. You just.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll do it.
You do realize that I'm about to get married, right?
Yeah, it's a joke. It's the entire thing is that it's
Yeah,
satire.
that's not a joke. If you're in a serious relationship, that's not a joke.
Okay, I don't get it, but that's fine.
Yeah, that was hey, you trying to get me killed.
All right, let's move on. Another segment. Tell me, I got like three down. Mm,
Trying to think. Have you ever seen this podcast called Shits and Giggles?
mhm.
They're like pretty funny. Let me I could just put them in
We could do prank calls.
oh it's called Shits and Gigs.
You want to do prank calls?
Dude, I thought we were just gonna talk about like something normal.
No, the whole point is you got to be different. What the hell? Or else nobody would ever want to watch.
I mean, you can be different, but you had like, why are you doing prank calls?
You just want to be. Have you heard of retard maxing? Because you do
No,
not
I've never
sound
heard.
like a retard maxer right now. You sound.
I've never heard of retard
You can't
maxing.
care, bro. You gotta not care. That's like important.
Dude, you gotta always care. You just never know what can happen. That's it.
No, if you're always spending all your mental time caring about everything, then you're not gonna have any time left to just witness what's around you. You're gonna be too busy.
No, I mean you can still enjoy things, but
No, but like
you
right
also have
now,
to think about
I'm
the
saying
ramifications of the things that you
right
do.
now I'm saying there's no ramifications to doing prank calls.
There is.
No, there's
You just
just
never know what the ramifications could be. Like you don't want to end up being like one of those people that's like, yeah, we're just gonna do prank calls, and then the next thing you know, like
you prank
somebody gets
call
hurt, and then you get arrested
somebody
for
gets
something
hurt.
stupid.
No, dude, you're creating stuff in your
It's
head.
no. I'm not. These are serious things that happen.
No, dude, you can prank call.
It's
You're not gonna
different
be
if you were to, like, look,
assassinated.
it's different if you were to just randomly prank call somebody and they didn't know it was you and there's no evidence. But if you're recording it and then putting it online, you're leaving yourself open to legal issues.
You're worrying too much.
I'm not. Really not.
I've never worried about shit about any of that. No fun.
I mean, you just haven't gotten caught.
I don't think it's really like. I think you're just creating things to be worried about, things to be anxious about.
I'm not creating anything that you should be anxious about. I'm just telling you about like the ramifications of things that happen.
Alright, what's
Like,
another?
you always have to think about like if I do X, what could happen
You're
and
trying to
why.
explain stuff that I'm not going to agree with you on. So it's just what's another segment we could do?
Um, do you like politics or like pop culture or like?
Yeah, but just try to make it different in some kind of way, not just talking about it. Like,
I mean, I don't really know how to make it different
yeah, that's why
other
we
than
said
just having a conversation.
So just say like, all right, let's talk about uh Marco Rubio.
Marco Rubio. Oh, that's the guy from Florida. Is he even from Florida or something like that?
Well, that's not the point. I'm just saying. So the segment would be like, all right, let's just talk about a guy.
Okay. Like what about him?
I don't know. You said you wanna just have a conversation.
No, it's okay. Like, what are your views on what's going on currently with the blockade of the Strait of Hormuz and the war with Iran?
You ask me that right now.
Yeah.
Really, I know nothing about that. I'm not smiling.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Let's see. What else is going crazy right now?
How do you feel about Cole Allen, that guy that tried to kill Trump?
Well, I mean, for one, he was really retarded.
Why do you say that?
Well, because it's like, why would you try to attack the president of the United States in a heavily armed event? Well, I think he had like one bullet or something. Like, he didn't have enough ammunition to do anything, and he was
Just one bullet
fast.
on purpose.
I think so. And his family was like called the police on him like weeks ahead of time
Well,
because they knew
the
something
fact
was
that he
up
would
with him.
take one bullet on purpose means I wouldn't call it retarded though. That's the difference. I would say he was probably just on some different levels of thinking.
Yeah, you learn some retarded levels of thinking.
I wouldn't call it
Because it's like who goes to a heavily armed event with one bullet and stands out like that? Like he wasn't even able to accomplish his mission
You can call it
whatsoever. And he never would.
retarded, psychotic, manic, crazy, but he knew what he was doing. You saw the way he stormed past that security guard.
I mean, he didn't know what he was doing because he didn't accomplish what he went there to do. He shot like
He
one
knew
person.
he wanted to
lived.
go cause this, like, I don't know. I feel like sometimes you just see that the world sucks and then you just want to fucking do something, even if it means, like, my thing is if it was me doing it, I'd just make sure to put a bullet in my brain once I realized the gig was up.
Yeah, I mean, I've known people that have done that. Like, well, like they would be under the influence, and then kind of like once they realize what they've done, or that they weren't going to accomplish what they did that.
You knew somebody that did that?
Yeah, like he shot like 15 people. I went to high school with him. This was like a year or two after we graduated high school, and I've always told him this. I was like, dude, like you have to stop doing so many drugs because he would be a completely different person. And I think what happened was he had some Molly or something. I forgot what substance he was on. But anyways, he just had a mental break and he just started just shooting random people. Like just driving around the town and just shooting random people. And then I think once he came down off the high, he realized what he did. And me knowing him, he probably felt horrible for it and then he just killed himself. Because it was no planned attack. It wasn't anybody specific. It was just random people. And me knowing him, he had like a very warped view on the world. And you know, I mean, I think that when it comes to stuff like that, you know, there's people who feel as though like they're stuck in a bubble and they can't figure out a way to get out of the bubble. So then they try and do something grand without actually having a solid plan. or understanding how to do something. Because the thing is, if you're successful in life, you'll most likely be like if he was successful in life, like he was decently successful. Like he was an inventor. Like I looked it up, like a decade ago, he invented something for people in wheelchairs, and he was an intelligent guy. But somewhere along the line, I don't know if he was schizophrenic, or if he just had some mental break, or he got too big into conspiracies, or he just really hated politics or Trump or something. But somewhere along the line, he had a mental break because he seemed normal at first. But then when you look at the text messages between him and his family or friends, or you look at the letter he wrote, like he was not the same person he was a decade ago when you look at him on video.
Yeah, I mean, I'd argue that he didn't have a mental break, and you know, maybe going and killing the president, maybe even though he didn't succeed in that mission, maybe that's not exactly what it was about. What it was about was what he wrote in his manifesto. Like, I don't.
No, I mean, like you look at somebody like
Just
him
because
versus the guy who killed the insurance guy.
Let me finish that. So that guy was super epic and like stealthy and shit. Yeah, super cool. This guy wasn't, but it doesn't change the fact that both of them had a mission, and even if this guy was thinking in his head, I'm just gonna go do it, I'm not gonna like plan it out and crazy, even if you think he's retarded for that, he still had the soul of the guy that went and shot that other dude in the back of the head. They still had the same goal, same thing that broke him out. I wouldn't just call it a mental break.
No, I mean,
you
like,
can say, oh, like,
about,
these niggas
no,
are gonna change
like, when you
ultra,
think
but
about
honestly,
it,
nobody does shit in this stupid fucking world anyways, so.
well, I mean, when you think about the fact that, like when it comes to people doing acts
The
like
FBI
that,
is gonna be knocking at my door?
Hmm?
You think the FBI is gonna be knocking at my door? You're always worried, aren't you?
I mean, potentially.
No, nigga.
Yeah.
Potentially.
I mean, that's just all our conversations
I wipe my
anyways.
ass with potentially, brother.
I mean, okay, so I mean, if that's the case, then like what would you do?
What would I do if what?
Yeah,
It's
like
not
if
gonna happen.
if that's your viewpoint, like what would you do?
What would I do?
Like,
What?
like the way you're viewing the world right now, it's like you don't really consider the possibilities of your actions. So that's what I'm saying. Like you're saying,
No, I
like
believe
he
in
had an
heaven.
idea.
In
You
an
said what?
afterlife. I believe in an afterlife. I believe that this world is bullshit. I believe whether you're put in a casket or put in a furnace, you're dead. And if you got to act righteously in what you see God telling you is righteous. And if Cole Allen decided that what was righteous was to defend what he saw his country needing defended from, so be it.
I mean, but the thing is you can see it that way. But then what if the opposite is the truth?
Well, what if you can?
So
What if?
what
literally
if the
any
devil? Hang on, what if the devil is what was playing in his head? It wasn't God. Like he thought it was God, and he thought it might have been righteous, but really it was the devil playing mind tricks on him.
Okay, if he didn't do it, what could have happened with the rest of his life? That would have been so great.
I mean, who knows?
Who
He was an
knows?
intelligent guy. Who knows what he could have done?
People die every day. He chose to make his epic.
I mean, what do you mean how he made it epic? Like he's going to jail.
Yeah, he should have killed himself.
Yeah, but then if he was thinking righteously, then he wouldn't have done that because he believed in God. And
He didn't even like. He
yeah.
wasn't even a Christian. I'm just saying he didn't have a mental.
I know, I'm just saying.
His brain was just different than yours or maybe a lot of other people's. He wasn't retarded and he didn't have a mental break. He was Cole Allen. He wanted to do something. He fucking.
I mean, he was
broke out of
retarded.
societal norms.
He
No,
was retarded. How are you gonna say he wasn't retarded, but what he did was retarded?
It wasn't.
Like it was. Like, how are you gonna try and assassinate the president of the United States in a well-armed? Like, if anything, it would have been more. If it would have
You know
been
what
more
it is?
intelligent
It's not.
for him
It's
to
not
do
that it's
something different.
retarded. It's that it's not within your societal norms. It's so far.
It doesn't
from
matter.
even-
No, it doesn't
it's
matter.
not-
Like about societal
Just call
norms.
it
It just matters
retarded.
like the fact that he didn't accomplish his mission. It doesn't have anything to do with
That's all that
societal
matters.
norms.
He broke out of it. He was like, fuck this shit. And you just can't accept that. You call it retarded. 'Cause
I can
you're
accept
stuck-
that, but it's
you're stuck.
retarded.
You're stuck in just plain old life. It's,
Oh my stuff.
you only got one. You only got one. I want to be more like a Cole Allen than a fucking drone for 99 years and then die and be taken in the fucking dirt. I'd rather be a Cole Allen or fucking...
Why would you rather be retarded than live? I don't understand your logic
You
here,
don't
bro.
understand because I never called it retarded. You're calling it retarded. It's not under my assumption that it's retarded what he did. You keep
I
saying
know what I'm telling you is like, why would you want to be like somebody who is retarded?
I don't believe he's retarded. You keep saying, why would you want to be like somebody who's retarded? In my viewpoint, he's not retarded.
Then what is he to you? Is he a martyr? Is he a hero?
No, he's just somebody who broke out of whatever the fuck point in this life. People kill themselves every day. Is that retarded?
Uh-huh. Yes.
That's retarded? Okay, well, we have different viewpoints on that. But besides the point, people kill themselves every day. He just decided, you know, fuck this world. I'm gonna actually go fucking kill the president. I'm gonna fucking bomb rush the president. It's probably not gonna work, but fuck it. My only disagreement is he should have blown his brains out before he got taken down. You know?
Okay.
This world is pointless. This is pointless.
Why,
so
why,
fucking
why do you believe that the world is pointless?
Because I have faith in an afterlife. I believe that when Adam and Eve ate the apple, we were taken away from God and we were placed on this earth because we had to become holy. We had to learn and grow and through repentance grow closer to Christ. This place is just a fucking playground for Satan. That's all it is. It's just a world. There's an afterlife. There's a better. There's a new place. This is just bullshit. This world sucks. It's of Satan. Literally. When you get stuck in this world and success, you're just stuck in Satan's mindset. He's got you by the fucking neck. This world
But
is
when
not
you think
God.
about it, like, how do you define Satan and God? And how do you define the actions of somebody righteous or unrighteous?
How do I define Satan and God, and how to define the actions of somebody righteous and unrighteous? That's like 4 questions though.
No, I'm just saying, like, so basically it's 2 questions. It's like, how do you determine if somebody's actions are of God, and how do you determine if somebody's actions are of the devil when you don't understand how their mind is working? Because you said that, like, what I view is, like, a societal norm, but I don't think it's a societal norm. Like, you know, my thing is this. I really, and you know, if I'm thinking from a pure logic perspective, I don't think what he did was either right or wrong. I personally don't care. Like, if he accomplished his goal, it doesn't affect my life whatsoever. Even though he failed, it does not affect my life whatsoever. So whatever decision he made doesn't matter to me. If he were to kill the president, I mean, that would be unfortunate for a lot of people, but to me, it wouldn't make a difference. It doesn't, like, in my point of view, it doesn't make it righteous or evil. I think he'll have to, either way, I'm a man. Like, I'm not God. I can't determine what somebody is going to spend eternity in. So, from a logical and societal perspective, I understand how people would say it's evil. But then, from your perspective, I can see how you might not view it as evil. You view it as him breaking away from societal norms. But just personally, I think it's stupid because he didn't accomplish what he wanted to accomplish. Like, in my opinion, if he was successful, then I wouldn't call him retarded if he was successful.
Okay, I think I can agree with what you're saying. Alright.
Yeah, I mean, if he was successful, I wouldn't call him retarded. I'd be like, damn, he really came with a plan. He came, like, he was about that action. He found a way to get to what he was trying to do. But the fact that he went there, and he failed horribly. That's what I'm saying. Like, to me, in my honest opinion, I think the other guy, I don't agree with what he did, but the guy who killed that insurance guy was a genius. Like, he literally was a genius. You know, I'm not saying that it was good or bad. I don't agree with what he did. I don't believe that you should just kill somebody because you disagree with them.
Yeah.
But I do think that he was a genius because he found him, he got him alone, he knew exactly where to be, he hid from the police for an extremely long period of time. You know what I'm saying? But the difference, it's just a difference, like, in opinion for me because of the fact that he couldn't
I don't
do
know
it.
why. See, what was going on with me is I was trying to defend the dude more than I was accepting what you were just trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really
Now
care.
I finally
Like,
understand what you were saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, if he was successful, then I wouldn't call him retarded. But I mean, and I don't agree with it.
But I also want to say,
you
like,
know,
he definitely was not a Christian. Like, he was definitely not doing it for what I believe in, and what I believe in doesn't say go kill the president. You
well,
know,
I mean, I agree
I'm
with
just
you on
saying,
that. I'm just saying it, like,
don't
I just think it was crazy. Like, if he was actually intelligent, he would have been able. I won't even say intelligent. Well, yeah, I think if he was actually intelligent, he would have found a better way to do it and have been successful.
Maybe what I want to say is, maybe it was retarded, but I don't think it was like he was having a mental break. I think something inside of
The only reason I said the mental break is because that's what his family was saying. His family is saying he's been having a mental break for years.
Sometimes what happens is people wake up to the reality of just like how twisted this world is, and people just do shit.
I agree with you. Have you ever heard of the Mandela effect?
Shit becomes like GTA. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, I agree with you. Like, let's say, like, we were talking about it the other day. When you think about, like, let's say that you realize that the world we live in is a simulation,
Yeah.
and like you were saying, like, none of this actually matters.
Yeah.
Like, everything, like, every action you take technically doesn't actually have a consequence other than for your peers. Like you could be shunned by society, you could be shunned by your family and friends, but at the end of the day, if you don't care about their opinions of you, there's no real action that you have to like answer to other than God. And when you do die, that's really the ultimate deciding factor. So when you think about eternity or like infinity or whatever, like you're thinking about the actions that I take on this earth. I'm only gonna live for like 60 to 100 years or whatever, or maybe I die before then. But in these 34 years that I've been alive, like, have I done anything to justify me going to heaven or for me to be damned to hell? And then I think about how long the 34 years that I've been on this earth, or even the conscious years of maybe like 30 to maybe 29 years of my life that I've been conscious, how long it's been, and how much pain and suffering that I've been through just mentally or just like my heartache when I would like get broken up with or something like that. And then I'm thinking about like, imagine the fact that like the last 30 years have been like not even a real accurate version of hell, but then just think about the fact that as long as I've been on this earth, I don't have to do this over and over and over and over and over and over again because of the things or the actions that I placed while I was living on this earth.
Why do you think that? Aren't you a Christian?
That's what I'm saying.
So why do you think you have to do that over and over again?
No, that's what I'm saying. So I've only lived for 34 years. I've only been conscious for maybe 29 and 30 years. So then when you think about the fact that like think about the time you've really just been depressed or you've really felt pain. And think about the fact that you have to deal with that for eternity. So you've only been alive for like what, 30 years, 29 years? Think about going over like hundreds, thousands, millions, billions of years of having to just suffer.
Why do you think that would be the eternal part when you die? What makes
I'm saying that if you believe in heaven and hell.
Let me say this. What makes you think that the things that you do in this world, the 30, 40, 50, 60, 80 things, carry over into the next one? Like,
if you're a Christian, you believe in heaven and hell.
Yeah, you have a new body in heaven. You don't have to worry about.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you do something that damns you to hell in this lifetime, yeah, you're gonna have to suffer for eternity.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's
what I'm saying. Is like the fact that you think about the pain that you feel for like your lifetime that you can consciously remember, and you think about having to potentially suffer through that for eternity. You know what I mean? Like that would be horrible to me. And so that's why it's like, even though from a logical perspective, I definitely could view myself as like being, I guess, somewhat detached from, I guess, like societal norms, because, like if somebody were to, I'm kind of like in a public place, like, I don't know if you hear, but, like when you think about like a murder, like, in my opinion, there are times where murder could potentially be good, which I think is like a societal view that I'm like a contrarian towards. Like, let's say you find somebody who is a child molester and somebody murdered them, I would not feel bad for them whatsoever.
Right.
But like if you talk about an innocent person being murdered, I would feel bad. Right. That's why, like, for me, it's like I am Christian and I do believe in God. And I do believe in good and evil, but then, I also kind of just accept the world for what it is. Like, there's good people, there's bad people. Ideally, I come across more good people than bad people. And, there are just some things about the world that, you kind of just have to accept. Like, you have to accept that we live in a sinful world. So it's like, when people complain about sin, it's like people are also committing sin. Like, I don't believe that there's a single person on this earth that has not committed a sin.
Yeah, no.
So it's like, I think people just want to judge other people's sins. But when you think about somebody who's like an adulterer versus a murderer, it's still sin.
Yeah.
So it's like, but people want to feel as though they're high and mighty because their sin might not be viewed from a societal standpoint as worse as somebody else's sin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
that's making me, it's making me think about something that I might have to work on for myself.
What do you mean?
Because for a second, dude, I was hating women.
Dude, you know what's funny?
Women are fucking bitches.
I think a lot of guys were, man. Like, I remember I started looking at like red pill.
I was judging them. I was like, y'all are whores.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Like in 2016, I think it was like 2015, 2016, I started looking at red pill stuff. And it wasn't originally for me to look at like red pill, but I was like trying to look at how to become a better man. And then I think like the algorithm just started feeding me like like red pill content because I was looking at how to dress better or how to different colognes or how to have better manners and stuff like that. And then next thing you know, I'm starting to look at these red pill things and they're like, all women are whores. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be on the
or like
game just
women
like
don't.
having that shit next to me. Marshall
Hmm?
Brockway. Have you heard of
What was
Marshall
that?
Brockway?
I don't know. I mean, let me look up because I remember people's
He's the
faces, but I don't
funniest one.
remember.
And I would have him on for like hours, like just on the game.
You said Marshall Broadway?
Marshall Brockway.
Oh, Brockway.
Mm. He's so funny, bro. Like, and it's obviously satire. Like,
Oh no, no,
you
no. You
can't
know
get
what? I
mad
think
at
I
him.
have seen this guy on Instagram before. I
You
never
can't.
watched his YouTube
You
though.
really can't get mad at him because it's a joke. It's like he knows it. He knows he doesn't actually feel this way. He's just talking
Mhm.
shit, and it's really funny.
Okay, yeah, I've never seen any of his
And the
stuff.
bitches be mad, you know.
Yeah, but then it's like, when you think about it, like I think a lot of guys kind of get into that red pill stuff. And to be honest with you, I think it's like you kind of have to accept that like there are different like there's always going to be different women who have different viewpoints and like morals and stuff like that. But you think about a lot of these guys who are like the mainstream red pill guys,
Hmm.
and they all live in like major cities.
Hmm.
And in the major cities that they mostly all live in, it's like Miami or London or Dubai, And it's like, of course, the women in these cities are going to be a little bit more extreme with their viewpoints. But then you
Yeah.
think about like a normal girl in the suburbs is most likely she might have those type of views here and there, but she doesn't really act on them, or she's
Yeah.
not going to be like as extreme. You know
Yeah.
what I
Have a
mean? Like
life.
I think they kind of just push this narrative that like all women are the same. But then when you think about like, to be honest with you, I kind of view it as balance within the universe because when you think about like feminists or like feminazis, like who like you can go sit down on the subway and spread your legs and she's like that was sexual assault because he
Oh
was
hell no.
trying to show me his penis. You know what I mean? Like you have those feminazis that are crazy, but then you also have like in my opinion like the manosphere Nazi guys or whatever where they're like spewing all this hateful rhetoric about women that's just as bad as the women who spit hateful rhetoric towards men. And I kind of view it as just a balance, Like women can say a whole lot of horrible things about men, and men can say a whole lot of horrible things about women. But when you really think about it, how often do you come across these type of men and women who are like
True.
how people try and portray them to be? You know,
Yeah, it's
I
so
agree with you
crazy
though.
to differentiate between real life and being on the phone, and it's so crazy that sometimes you have to differentiate in your head between real life and the phone. Like okay, people are not actually like this. When I walk outside and go to the grocery store, it's not really like what I see on my phone.
Yeah,
And so the fact that
exactly.
you have to
And,
say that is
then
crazy.
And then it's also crazy because you'll be on your phone on like social media and people talk so much crap, but they would never say that in person. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like it's crazy. Like especially like so I'm part of like a lot of these racist like Facebook pages and Instagram pages and stuff, and I find it so hilarious because people talk so much crap, and then like some of these guys are so stupid because they have like their real name on their posts, and I'm like, oh, are you John that lives in Macon, Georgia at 34355 Langford Street? I give them their address and I tell them their mom's name. You know what I mean? It's funny when you see people talk a whole bunch of crap, but then when you see how easy it is to access them or even figure out their IP or their home address or anything like that, then they're like, I'm so sorry. You know what I mean?
yeah, they used to do that in
So,
Black Ops.
yeah, yeah. Like when you just see all these people that just talk so
Be
much
like,
crap
oh shit, this
online,
nigga
or
just pulled up his IP. Be
yeah, yeah,
like, oh. Be like, yeah, that's why I'm about to pull up to Lexington, Arizona, bro, tomorrow.
yeah.
Shit's done.
Like I had this one friend, he was a crazy hacker. Like when we were in high school, like people would make fun of him and stuff, and he would end up getting like their parents' work, like place where they would work, and he would send their parents like dildos and like porn to their jobs, and they would get fired and stuff.
Mm.
And he was a piece of work, man. But now he works in cybersecurity, so he's not black hat anymore. I guess if anything, he's probably more gray hat because I'm pretty sure he still has some stuff going on the side. But
Mm.
yeah, man.
Yeah, kids in
Yeah,
the underground music, they'll get allegations and they'll get their IPs and start sending pizzas. And yeah, I remember there was
what
this
do you mean by
Russian kid
allegations?
in underground music. They're always throwing around allegations about like somebody was talking to a minor.
Oh
is like the
wow.
biggest ones. Or yeah, that's like the
Oh
biggest
dude,
one.
speaking about that, have you seen the stuff going on with that David guy?
David who?
He's some singer or something, and then he was dating some girl named Celeste, and then like he killed her, and it like the song that he got famous for, he reenacted it on her or something like that. And in the song, he was talking about killing the girl he loved, and like he chopped off her finger in her head and then put it in a Tesla, and it was abandoned. And then the police found his Tesla with the girl's body in it. And then he kept like I think apparently he kept the head and he kept the head and the finger as trophies. They haven't found those yet, but they found the rest of her body in his Tesla. And he's like some big like famous singer, and he was like really big into Fortnite and all that stuff. And he got arrested like a couple weeks, maybe a week ago.
A week
But
ago?
he was free. Like they found the girl's body like in September of last year. But the thing that was everybody was talking about, he was like 19 and she was 13. But apparently, like I was looking at a video yesterday that he's been talking to her since he was 10, and he was like 15, 16.
Wait, let me.
Bro, it is crazy. And he was like one of those guys that was kind of like underground, but then he just got famous from like one song. Hey, let me see if I
David
can find it.
something?
Yeah, it's like David. Like if you type in David Celeste, it should come
Can you do
up.
it for me? I'm so lazy.
Yeah, here we go. You know, I'm actually sending you. Okay, so the
That's
song he got was called
crazy.
Romantic Homicide. So I'll hang on. I'm gonna send you his song that he got famous from because maybe
Bro, this
you
song
might
is
know
so
the song.
ass.
You might know the song.
And the
So I just
song
put
is so
it to you
ass.
in the Discord chat, and
That's mad
then
disrespect on the girl who died. Alright, let's hear. Oh wait, actually don't do that because I probably can't post it on YouTube.
I can't hear anything.
Okay, and let's just not even play it.
Okay,
But
but then but like it's crazy because it was like man, this girl like her parents were saying that she would run away from home, and then apparently he met this girl on like Fortnite. And they used to play Fortnite together, and like some of the people they played Fortnite together came out and was like, yeah, like he was really weird. Like he would post like sexual assault and murder in their Discord chat and all that. I was like, this dude is crazy. But yeah, so I mean, like, and it's crazy that they didn't arrest him once they found the body in his Tesla.
how
Like, it
did
took
it?
him like what, like 8 months to finally arrest him.
Wait, how?
I had no idea. I mean, but they finally arrested him like maybe a couple days ago. Maybe it was
That's
about a week.
crazy. That's messed up. So this and so right now he's like what, 18? You said?
Yeah, he's like 18 or 19. Let's see.
That's freaking insane.
Okay, no, he's 21. You know what? I think when she was murdered, he was like 18 or 19 or something like that. Because he's 21 now. But I think they said she died in 2023 or 2024 or something like that. Anyway,
That's
I don't know all the
crazy.
specifics, but I just remember like thinking like this stuff is crazy, man.
That is crazy, bro.
But yeah, he's one of those guys that like. Okay, so anyways, we were talking about this because you brought up the like underground rap stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
and people for years would be posting. Like I saw like this one guy I watch on YouTube. He still posts from like 2022, with people calling him a pedophile and all that stuff, and a child molester and all this jazz. But then now it's kind of like all coming to light. But it's crazy, man. Like I didn't know that people were just throwing allegations around. That's a serious allegation to sue.
Yeah.
But
Thank you. Yeah, it's the main one in Underground. They'll be like, he was talking to freaking underage girls.
but
And sometimes a girl will say that he was talking to her just to fuck her. They're like weird shit.
yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy. But yeah, I like underground. Well,
Like my boy
I
Fresh
think you like
Boy
different underground because I like underground like R&B,
My
but I
boy
think
Fresh
you like
Boy
more like
Swag, this
underground
girl
rap.
was saying he was like hitting her but she was actually just fucking crazy. And so he had to deal with that. People hated him for like a hot minute, but I think they're turning around now because they're seeing how fucking awesome he is. Yeah, that's my boy. I wish he was my boy. I'm probably kind of a fan, but that's okay.
What's his name?
Fresh Boy Swag.
Fresh Boy Swag. I'm gonna check him out.
Yeah, UK and London, something, something. If I could meet any rappers in the underground, it would be Fresh Boy Swag, Woody, and Smoke Team 6. That's who I choose.
Try
Fresh
to
Boy
make
Swag.
fun of songs.
Fresh Boy Swag, Woody, and Smoke Team 6. That's who I choose.
Oh, hang on, let me bring up Spotify. Oh, Fresh Boys, my ass spelled it completely wrong.
Oh, yeah, it's like with the PH.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay. I don't think you can hear mine. I'm gonna just hang on. Let me know if you can hear or not, and then I'll turn it off. Oh, I can't hear it either. Okay, so it's definitely because we're on the phone because I can't hear it either. I'm gonna just do it on my phone, man. Because I actually am curious, like, what type of music you like, man. Because you find some interesting stuff.
Thank you, bro.
Let's see.
2024. 2024.
Uh, yeah, you gotta listen to his stuff in the car.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, yeah, I like the beat. Yeah, man. Let's see, what else can we talk about?
Um,
Um,
do you like scary things?
it depends, man. Like, to be honest, I don't really mind scary stuff, but I also don't like when, like, stuff pops up out of nowhere. Like, I hate that.
Can I tell you
I
a
hate
scary,
those.
scary story?
Yeah. Is it real or is it just a story?
Well, let me think
You
of
can say
one.
it's fine. I'm just curious if it's real or not.
Let me think of one. Hold on. Alright, I got one. Once upon a time. Look, I made it. I put it on studio lighting, so it's all creepy and my shit. Once upon a time, there was a family. They lived in a neighborhood just like ours, just like a normal one. But the dad, he got in an argument with the HOA, and they said, "You're not allowed to live here anymore. Skedaddle." This dad had plans to move out into the woods somewhere. So, having had the disagreement with the HOA, he decided, you know what, now's our time. Let's do this move, honey. Let's go to somewhere through the woods. Let's live in the woods. So they moved out to the woods. It was close enough to a town that their kids could attend the school there. And they could go to church and the grocery store and get gas for their cars and everything. But they lived pretty deep. You had to take a long trail to get to their little house. And so, as it were, the family was a man, a woman, an older sister, two twins, a boy and a girl, younger, and a baby girl. And so they lived there on that farm. That it wasn't really a farm, but it was in the woods. And they lived there and took care of their chickens, goats, different things like this. Until one day, the older daughter was out playing with the baby when, out of nowhere, she was playing peekaboo. She did this too. The baby was gone. She was like, "What the hell? Where'd the baby go?" So, she went back to her family and said, the baby's missing." So the dad and the son. Did I mention there's a son? Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a daughter, a son, the twins,
Going to the baby.
So the father and the son, they go out in the woods looking, trying to figure out what the hell just happened. But in the end, they don't find her. The baby's gone, disappeared without a trace. So a little time goes by, and one day, they decide that they've been trying to live sort of off grid, but the finances are getting hard. And so what they're going to do is they're going to go out and try and hunt and use that for food for a couple of days if they can catch like a real good sized deer. So the dad and the boy go out, and they're looking. He's aiming down the sights, and he shoots a deer, but he misses it. And so they head back home. And the next night, the boy wants to go out again, but the dad doesn't feel like it. But his sister, his older sister, she says she'll go out with him. And so they go out into the woods. It's getting dark, but they just want to have some fun, just explore. And so, as they're going out, she kind of like, it gets so dark that they can't see each other, and they lose track of where each other are. And they're saying, hey, they're calling out, hey, are you over there? Are you over there? But they're losing track of where each other are. It's so dark, you can't even see. And so they're freaking out, and they ended up both getting separated and lost. So the next day, the father and the mother and the twins wake up, and the father goes out to find them, and he's yelling and yelling, and he finds the girl, but not the boy. She comes back to their little cabin, and her mother says something. She says, "You were with both of them when they went missing. There's something wrong with you." She said, "Mother, you can't say that about me." And yeah, long story short, well, actually, no, I'll keep going a little bit longer. And so, finally, as it turns out, this girl was the one who was killing the family members, and she had been when they had gotten out into the woods, when they had moved out to the woods, she had met a witch in the woods back there, and the witch had been instructing her all along to do all these awful things.
Okay. That's interesting. Like, to be honest, I was trying to figure out where you're gonna go with the story, and I was thinking that, like, what if, like, the HOA had something to do with it? Because I was like, what if they came back? Then I was also thinking, like, what if the woods are haunted?
Mm-hmm.
And there was another one I was thinking of as well. I can't remember.
No, yeah, it was a witch that got the baby and got the brother. It wasn't actually.
But I wasn't. But see, I wasn't expecting the sister to do it. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, it was kind of the sister. She was like the witch. She kind of is like the witch, but it's kind of like she meets a witch and becomes the witch, and then she's the one sneaking, taking them off. So you could
that would be interesting.
You could extend
like,
the story.
Like a time warp thing.
You could extend the story and have more ways that, like, maybe she takes the twins too, gets them snatched up, and then it's just the father and the mother, and they're like, "What's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go off creepy lighting.
Oh man. But yeah. I'm trying to think of what else is going on in the world right now.
How do you feel about what's your favorite lore from Europe? Mythological lore or historical lore?
The one I used to look up the most was Greek mythology.
Yes.
And I always thought it was weird how the Romans tried to adapt Greek mythology, but then change stuff around, like the names and stuff. And I also find it interesting that, like, this is kind of like where it's like, you know, even though I am Christian, like, I always try and think outside of my own perspective on things. And, like, where I got a lot of backlash from, like, I guess Christian friends and stuff, but, like, if you think about it, at one point, humans used to worship Poseidon. And there's a story with Poseidon where I think, like, a kingdom was, like, flooded or something like that, and then after the hurricane or whatever, the king sent his soldiers to go sap the water on the beach because they wanted to fight Poseidon. And I think that, like that's such a crazy story. But then I also think about, like, so me saying that, I think that it's interesting at one point humans used to worship, like, Poseidon or Iris or Horus or, like, any god that has technically almost been forgotten. You know? Like, if you think about it, today in the modern times, who's praying to Zeus? You know? But then I also wonder, like, if eventually, like today, I guess the like main religions would be Christianity, uh, Islam, Judaism, Buddhism. I would think that those are like the main ones. Like I know about the other religions and stuff, but you don't really hear people talk about them too much. But at what point do you think people would potentially view our modern current view on God or religion and view us as being the same way we would view people who used to worship and fear Poseidon or Zeus or Hades and stuff like that? Like, do you think? Because I find it funny that there's a king who had his men go stab water, like go stab the ocean to fight Poseidon. But then I wonder, like, let's say 2,000 years into the future, where like humanity is probably completely transhumanism or has evolved into something else, or been to other planets, and they come back to Earth and they come and see a church, like an old church that's ran down or something. Like, can you believe these people used to believe in God and a man named Jesus?
I don't. Well, I think I don't think we're gonna be around that long.
I mean, to be honest, I think that whenever the time comes, it's gonna come. But I'm just saying, like, and then when you see like modern times, you see a lot of people kind of deviating from religion. Um, so like for example, like when we have children, like what are even if we keep them in the church and everything like that, what if they denounce God or Jesus or something like that, and then their children are the same? Like eventually, like at what point do you think people would abandon Christianity or Islam or Judaism? And would they think that our viewpoints, our logic is flawed? Like we would view Greek philosophers and their beliefs of Zeus and Poseidon as being flawed and not being true gods. Like it's one of those things I think about. But I mean, I do agree. Like the world could go into nuclear war tomorrow and we're just all obliterated, and there's no way that will potentially happen.
No, I'm talking about the resurrection. Not the resurrection, but the return of Christ.
Yeah, but the thing that's going to be interesting to me with the resurrection and return of Christ is there's going to be the Antichrist. There's going to be all those things, but this is the thing that I'm also curious about. If we are in the end times, will we even know it? Because if you think about
like in the dark of night, so no.
Yeah, but no, that's what I'm saying. Like, will we even know? Like, with the things that happen in Revelation be put on the news? You know what I'm saying? For us to know, like for example, let's say that the Antichrist is born today. We wouldn't know for another 20 years or so, probably. And we wouldn't even know that right now we are actually living in end times. Like tomorrow, the Antichrist is born. He's gonna have to grow up, become a child.
He could be 30 right now.
Experience. Huh?
He could be 30 right now.
No, I do agree with you. That's what I'm saying. Like we don't even know. Like we won't know when he's born. He could already have been born. He might be born tomorrow. He might be born 30 years in the future. Who knows? But I'm just saying that, like, the thing is like when he is born, if it is a he, I think it would be. I think they said it is a he. But anyways, when the Antichrist is born, we wouldn't even know. And the actions and deeds that he does, we wouldn't even know about it because it most likely wouldn't be put on the news until like that ultimate time where he's like loved by all.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to it, like I saw something where people were trying to say that Trump is the Antichrist, which I thought was retarded because it's like Trump isn't loved by all. Nowhere near loved by all. You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't make any sense. Like if you think about the Antichrist, he's supposed to. How would you say?
He'd be like a cool looking guy.
Yeah, and then like everybody would love him. Like there won't be like he would probably solve a lot of world issues, and like you said, probably be cool, probably be super chill, probably be super intelligent. And if you're not like really aware of Revelation, that's what I'm saying. Like eventually, in my opinion, how something like that would happen is for people to start to denounce Christianity or to denounce Judaism or Islam, because then there wouldn't be people to recognize the revelation because they've abandoned religion. So that's where, in my opinion, eventually, I think that that's what would cause Revelation to be true. Because if you think about it, if a majority of the human population don't know about Revelation and they wouldn't know the signs to look for the Antichrist, he could be able to move freely and do whatever he wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I do view eventually there would have to be a time to where humanity forgets about religion or if it gets the old, the Bible or Quran or whatever. And there have to come a time to where people are suffering, but they don't realize that they are suffering because they've abandoned religion. But then there will be that Antichrist to come and to put things in order and to be loved by all. And people wouldn't even know that he was the Antichrist because they don't know religion. They don't know revelation. So that's why, in my opinion, I don't think right now the end times would be happening, because if somebody were to be the Antichrist, you'd be able to call it out instantly.
Right.
But when you think about the fact that a majority of people are denouncing religion, and maybe 2 or 3 generations from now, people might forget about religion. Maybe 5 or 10 generations. Who knows how long it would be? But when people start to forget about revelation and stuff like that, that's when I view the real end times would be, because nobody would be to call it out. If you think about it right now, you can, meteorologists can determine when a hurricane is coming because we have the type of technology to determine that stuff. Right? You can tell when it's going to rain in a day or two. But when you think about the fact that if we were to go into nuclear war and there were still people around and we kind of went back to the Stone Age, we'd no longer be able to do that. We no longer have that type of technology to determine, oh, it's going to rain tomorrow or it's going to rain 2 days from now. Back, it's this old movie called Man on Earth or something like that, where this guy was immortal. And he was 35 years old. He says he's thinking he's 35, but he was just talking about he was a caveman and he's lived for 20,000 years. And the professors that he was talking to that were trying to disprove his immortal, theory or whatever, were saying, "Where were you born?" And he said, "I don't know where I was born because there weren't any streets, there weren't any cities or towns. We just were all living in villages, rummaging around, just trying to survive." And then when you think about that, you think about the fact that the structure of humanity has been built over thousands of years. But then how fast we're currently moving has never been seen before. And eventually, people will not even be able to keep up mentally with the technology that's going on. And I don't know, man, I kind of go into these huge, scenarios and thinking about weird shit, but I just think it's going to be crazy when the technology is so advanced, we can't keep up. And then also, people renouncing religion over time. And eventually, the Antichrist will come to fruition, and people won't even know that he's here.
I guess I haven't been seeing it as could possibly happen generations from now. I've been seeing it as a more coming soon, within our lifetime.
I mean, but the thing that is every generation feels that way. When you think about people who experienced World War II, or people who experienced the Holocaust, or people who experienced the Civil War, or bubonic plague, the Black Death, all these type of different things. Everybody in every generation feels as though these are the end times and Christ is coming.
You're right.
And the only reason I don't really believe it would be now is because technically we live in the most peaceful era in humanity. In human history, this is the most peaceful it's ever been. And people wouldn't really think that. And the reason why is because we watch the news. But when you look at the fact that, let's say you and I were to grow up 400 years ago, before they were really towns or anything like that. Let's say we lived in a small village somewhere in England or something for whatever reason. And you could kill somebody and potentially not be put in jail. There are no cameras. There's no forensic evidence. People have to go straight off thought or suspicion. Even when you think about the fact that how many people have been wrongfully imprisoned because of forensic evidence or because of somebody lying. But anyways, let me go back to the original thing, where people nowadays have a lot of consequences for their actions. So if I were to kill somebody and not look at my surroundings, there could be a CCTV camera just playing exactly where we're at. Or they could pull my fingerprints from a gun. And the reason why I think it's only going to get worse is because of technology. Like that's why I think right now we live in a peaceful time. But I think it'll get even crazier because you think about this. Like if I wanted to, let's say that I'm a world-renowned hacker or something like that, with AI and deepfakes. Let's say I kill somebody and then I notice that I'm on CCTV. I could hack into that CCTV and alter my face to look like somebody completely different.
Yeah.
And frame them. And people wouldn't be able to tell the difference because of how advanced the technology will eventually become. But even, let me digress. Let me go back to the fact that we live in the most peaceful time. There aren't kings that could just randomly kill people like there used to be. Like, yeah, I mean, of course you have like world leaders and stuff like that. But when you think about how organized the war is nowadays, it's a lot more strategic and I guess civil to an extent. Because the majority of the time when you see, like for example, if you see the US attack Iran and their facilities and stuff like that, or even when it comes to like Israel attacking Gaza, usually they'll tell them ahead of time, like we're gonna blow up this building in 2 hours. You should probably evacuate. They're just destroying assets. They're not really killing people like they used to. Like if you think about the fact, like if you think about Napoleon just randomly come to your city and just kill everybody. Or Alexander the Great. You know, back then you could just decide that I want to conquer these people, and I'm gonna go kill their people, kill their king, take their women, and they're gonna have to adapt to living in my kingdom. Like that's some real crazy shit. Like that's violent. Like that's just because of a whim of a king, just saying I want to take over this land. But you don't really have that nowadays. Like you don't see the United States going and killing everybody in Iran to take that land, and then just saying like now you guys are American. Like there are still wars over resources and stuff like that because you know of course Iran wants to have our nuclear weapons, and the U.S. doesn't want that. But it's not like the U.S. is going to bomb Iran and say now this is American land. Like they could stay Iran. Or even when it comes to Russia and Ukraine, because at first I thought it was a little weird with the whole war stuff, but I mean Russia doesn't want to be bordered with any NATO countries. So they like the only reason that Ukraine, like Russia, is fighting Ukraine is because you know Ukraine wants to join NATO. If they decided not to join NATO, I'm pretty sure the war in Ukraine. At least as far as I understand it, but I could be completely wrong on that topic. But yeah, I mean, when you think about it, it's not like you have as much killing as you used to have.
Yeah.
Or like the fact that like
that's good.
Yeah. I mean, I think we live in a really peaceful time. It's just when you look at the news, they're gonna report everything. But if you think about the news like hundreds of years ago, it'd probably be even worse.
Yeah,
like when you think about the fact that there was probably the first really well-known serial killer being Jack the Ripper, like 120 years ago, or however long it was. Like it wasn't like too many people that were known serial killers. Like they weren't like kings or something like that, like Venezuela, two related nations. Yeah.
Jack the Ripper.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's wild when you just think about like history and all the stuff that's going on, and really how we just repeat it. You know, every society eventually collapses. So eventually, you know that the U.S. is going to collapse.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about.
Yeah, it's just like ideally you have the type of money to where when it does collapse, like you get out. You know what I'm saying?
My plan is to just buy land, like not even that many acres in different places, you know, starting in the U.S., and then just put a tiny home on it, and then just set each one up similarly so that they can each be self-sustainable. So you could just have like goats and chickens and the plants and the tilapia and a source of water and wood.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Like one of my friends was talking about that. I forgot what kind of system it is, but it's a system where like the fish
do the greenhouse.
Like yeah, it's like something where it provides unlimited water and fish.
That's what I want to do. Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Yeah, he's really big. He lives like in the middle of nowhere, and he does that type of stuff because he's paranoid. He's actually paranoid. Like
I want to have spots in America, but then also like around the world, just so like I can travel and like, leave all of that to my kids and their kids.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that for sure.
Those tiny homes are pretty nice.
Yeah, like it was like one of these guys I met like working in finance, and he has like crazy money.
Hey, I'm gonna take you with me to smoke a cigar.
Okay, that's
And
cool,
it's
man. I haven't
easy.
smoked a cigar in a while.
I smoke just the cheap ones from the gas station, you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. I haven't smoked a cigar in a long time.
Yeah, I'm walking
But
through my
yeah.
house, so you might actually see the P fan.
Okay, cool.
Where
Be nice
is?
to see everybody.
Yeah, just dox myself. Like just show my entire family.
I mean, that's what I was like. I don't know.
Me
It's like,
too.
wait. It'd be different if we were just talking and you weren't
Yeah,
posting this, but
yeah. Oh, where's my fucking? I'm looking
do
for.
you want to get back on tomorrow or
Oh,
Friday or something?
you feel like we got our footage? Because this is only the
Yeah, I
first
mean,
intro
we've been,
type one.
yeah, we've been talking. I don't know how long we've been talking for. But we've been talking for a while.
Yeah, it was nice. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, I liked that. It really
Yeah,
got me
and I
into a
mean, like,
calm like zone.
yeah, I'm gonna keep the office for another month or so. So
What are you doing?
I
How'd you get
definitely
an
have.
office?
Well, I came here because like when I was in Canada, I have my office at the place out there, but
Mm,
I needed a place so I could set up my computer
mm,
and just have like just some space to just trade
space.
and come to. Like I didn't want to trade at my dad's because it's like too much stuff going on there. Like
Mm.
he just listens to stuff too loud.
Yeah,
So,
me and my dad just got in an argument about listening to YouTube and like being forced to hear it and like that must be a father son thing
yeah,
in
so it's like I mean I
2026.
don't like sometimes I don't mind, but when I'm like trying to
Yeah,
trade or make
sometimes
YouTube
it's like
videos or whatever,
annoying.
like I'd rather it be quiet. So
Yeah,
yeah, so I got like a little office not too far from his house. So
cool, man.
while I'm here, I'm thinking about I'm probably gonna go back to Canada in June,
In
just
June,
depending like
remember June
yeah.
4th. June 4th, you
I
think you
know,
could get?
I know. I won't be leaving June 4th. Like if I do leave, it'll probably be like June
Do you
9th or
think you'll be
June
able to get a
8th.
car?
Yeah, yeah,
Do you
yeah,
think you want to go
yeah. I don't
camping?
say just. I don't know about camping, man.
You do?
I don't know about camping. I don't know
You
about
don't know
camping.
about
I don't
it?
know about camping. I
Bro,
don't know
come
about
on.
camping,
We'll get
man.
prepared. All right, well, let's talk about it. We could
Yeah, I have to think on that one.
I actually just found a really cool free fishing place on Lake Lanier.
Bro, I'm
Really
not trying to go
nice.
to Lake Lanier. You know how many dead bodies end up in Lake
Hey, that's
Lanier?
fun. That's what makes it fun. It's all haunted and shit. We can go
My
fish. It's
God,
free.
bro, you are
I got a
so
rod.
funny.
All right, man.
Alright, no, that'd be cool. That'd be
Yeah.
cool. I'd go fishing.
Okay.
I'd try it.
Yeah, somebody
If
else.
I die, it's your fault.
Yeah,
If I die, it's
if
your
we
fault.
die,
So
it's
you're
my
gonna have to live
fault.
the rest of your life with
Well,
knowing
we
that
both go
I
down.
died because of you.
We both go down. If I saw you going down, I'm going down with you, bro. If like mermaids
Alright,
came up and they, all right, yeah, all right.
alright.
See you later, dude.
Alright, peace, man. Love you.
Love you too.